All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Florida International University's fully online Master of Public Health information session. Thank you for setting some time to meet with us today. If you are here, it is because you are considering a very big step in your professional career. And we hope that after this info session, you will have all the information that you need to decide whether this program is right for you. Now, the agenda for today is as follows. You will meet your support team, and this is the core group of folks that will help you through this process. And even after, if you decide to become a Panther, these will be your go-to folks. We will talk a little bit about FIU and the Robert Stemple College of Public Health. Then we will dive into the Master of Public Health program courses, and lastly, we'll cover tuition questions, scholarships, and financial aid. Now, my name is Adriana Bernal, and I'm part of the FIU online team, and I will be your host for today. And it is my pleasure to introduce you to this awesome team. And we're going to start off with Dr. Jasenka Peterson, and we'll work our way around to the next group members.
As Diana said, my name is Jasenka Peterson. I'm the director of the online MPH Generalist Program. What we're presenting today, I advise all the students, and I'm delighted that you're considering us, you try for your future career, and that you took the time to be here. So here to help. Cindy, handing it off to you.
Sure. Thank you, Dr. Pearson. Good afternoon, everybody, or good evening, or good morning, whatever you're joining us. That's the beauty of being online. My name is Cindy Perez. I'm an assistant teaching professor from this awesome program. So we welcome you. Thank you for considering us, and we look forward to keep having the conversation, talking to you. Now I say Dr. Christina Navarro.
Hi, everyone. I'm Dr. Christina Navarro. I'm also an assistant teaching professor in the program. I'm also a two-time FIU alumni. Welcome, everyone.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. We're very excited that you're considering FIU, that you're considering Stemple College in particular. I'm Dr. Susie Gomez. I'm the Assistant Dean of Student and Alumni Affairs here at Stemple College. And I work very closely with, of course, our wonderful online team, and then also a couple of my colleagues who you see here on the slides, Mr. Jose Candelaria and Ms. Irene Abad. So Jose is our recruiter and admissions manager, and Ms. Abad is our manager of academic and student success. So I work with the office that will assist you with your actual application to the program. And of course, working very closely with the online team represented here so that we can actually make your dream to come into this program a reality. So I'll be talking a little bit about that as we go today. So thank you again for joining us.
Perfect. Now you have met our team. And before we move on, we want to know what kind of questions you have. No question is too small or too complicated, so please feel free to add them to the chat and we will go ahead and answer them. Now you will notice that most of your questions are going to be answered as the information session progresses. But nonetheless, this is an opportunity for us to make sure that the information that we're showing you is correct and that it is enough. Okay, so a little bit about Florida International University. At Florida International University, we pride ourselves in delivering academic excellence. And we cater to working professionals such as yourselves. We do that for on-campus programs and online programs as well. Now, our FIU Online branch has been around for over 25 years, so we know online education. And not only will you be enrolled in a top-ranked program, but you will also be taking courses that are Quality Matter certified. And what that means is that these courses have been peer reviewed and are of the highest quality. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the good stuff. I will pass it on to Dr. Gomez, who will talk a little bit more about Stemple College.
Thank you, Adriana. So the Robert Stemple College of Public Health and Social Work prepare students to work in a lot of different fields that all really contribute to the greater good. So we have, of course, public health, which that's what you're interested in. That's why you're here today. We have social work. We also have dietetics and nutrition and disaster management. So all of these are really great opportunities. And the reason why I mentioned the others as well is that we do like to have opportunities where students can kind of commingle between the different disciplines. For example, we have a combined MPH MSW program. So we can talk a little bit about that if that's something that you're interested in. But really the point that I want to get across is that we really do prepare our students to go out into the world and contribute to make the world a better place and a healthier place. So we are also one of the smaller colleges at FIU. FIU is a very large state university, but what that means to you in particular is that you do have a lot of contact with your program. So for instance, you have a dedicated program director and advisor in Dr. Peterson. So this is you're kind of getting a smaller program feel in a very large, very established university. We're also very highly ranked. So you see some of our rankings here on the slide below. We're number 11 in best online master's degrees in public health. But in addition to that, we're number 36 in terms of public schools of public health. That is a ranking that just came out this year. So we are very highly ranked in terms of programs of public health. We're also ranked highly in innovation, very highly ranked in research funding. So number 15, according to the Blue Ridge Institute. So the reason I like to point that out is because you're learning from faculty who are top scholars in the different areas of public health. So it's really important that you're getting this firsthand knowledge from these scholars. In addition to that, our program is giving you really wonderful opportunities to connect with the community, amazing practicum sites, internship sites. The reputation speaks for itself, and really, you know, we are a very diverse program with a lot of diverse opportunities for different disciplines and different areas of study. So, so within public health, you'll really be getting a very wide breadth of what the field of public health is through the online generalist program. So again, very, very highly ranked College of Public Health, but also wonderful faculty that'll really teach you really things that are at the top of the discipline. So with that, I will turn it over to Dr. Peterson to tell you a little bit more about the program itself.
Thank you. So our program, well, we like to think of ourselves as being flexible and know that our students are, you know, have other commitments, and many times that's why they choose us. So the program is really flexible to adapt to your schedule and your life commitment. So let me start first. Some people come in and they want to get done in 3 semesters. Usually there's a gap here. So flexibility for those people, they can complete it in 3 semesters. So it is 12 months. It's very heavy. It's 15 credits. So 5 courses, 5 courses, 5 courses. You come in and, you know, they complete it. So while I mentioned that, I want to say that is a lot, but some people that's all they're doing. So you have that flexibility. The other time we have some students and we don't recommend one or the other. Our success is when you're successful. It's literally, it sounds corny, but really that's how our success is measured. So we do also have some people, I have 2 students right now who are doing 1 course at a time. You know, so it really is, I work with you all to really address, you know, how much time do you have? You know, so we talk about that and you choose how many courses you want to take. Our program is for our accrediting body. We have 1 MPH at FIU. We are concentration, we're generalists, and our program is 45 credits long. So it's 15 courses. All our courses are 3 credits. Like I said, it's flexible, not flexible just in the amount of credits that you can take to accommodate, you know, to adjust to your lifestyle. It really is, our courses are asynchronous. So it's not just distance that you log in, you know, via Zoom on Tuesday at 7 at night. The courses are asynchronous. You log in. We use Canvas. It's our platform. You log in, the material is there, the contents are there, the assignments. There is no instructor that are teaching on Tuesday at 7 and 9. That doesn't mean you don't have an instructor. Our regular instructors, our regular adjuncts are the ones that work in the program. It's not, stepchild. It really is. You have the faculty, they have office hours, they're there to guide you. The only thing is there's no live lecture. Many of them have recordings, short recordings that you listen to at your convenience. So many people, they have family, or they have work, they have life commitments. They do the work overnight. With that being said, there are deadlines. It's not just submitting. There's deadlines, there's due dates, but even the exams are not on, Friday at 3 o'clock, for example. So you have a couple of days to complete them for them. So it really is a program built for people who have other life commitments and cannot come on campus or have a specific, commit to a specific time. We have 2 admission dates. For fall 25, it's June 1st. That's by then you have to submit all your material through SOFAS and for fall. And then we also have a spring admission, and October 1st is the deadline to submit all the documents through SOFAS. This is our curriculum. So let's go through that. We have 5 public health core courses that no matter what concentrations you're in at FIU, every student takes the same course. So it's Introduction to Public Health Epidemiology. We really go into how diseases are transmitted, looking at public health policy. The second one in global context, really giving you the understanding how policy works, how you build policy and their impact on public health. Introduction to Environmental Health Sciences, looking at how the environment impacts the public health, in everyday life. We do have a statistics, it's intro to biostats, so there's no prerequisite for that course. We assume that you've never had a statistics, and we have an amazing faculty. All our faculty are amazing, but that helps you through it. I know that is a concern many times. It is a requirement. And health behavior, really understanding, providing you with the content, providing you with the education on why people do what they do or why don't they do what they know. We all do that, it's supposed to do. So you have those 5 public health core courses. Our program is apart by the following group, the core courses. Those are the generalist core courses. We are required to take a second course after you have the biostat. We have a data management course. How do you analyze the data using software? We go through that. Health demography is your second EPI course, really looking at birth, death, migration, and how it affects the public health. Dr. Navarro teaches our program planning. I think that everybody in public health, no matter what concentration, you're going to be doing some of this, really walking you through how to develop your program, how to evaluate your program. Have a public health management and leadership course, really providing many people who come in the program, they want to, eventually our next step and how do you move up, and this really provides you an insight on your leadership style. These people are not born necessarily leader. Like many people think, we all have that. So, and then health communication, with all the knowledge that people can have, if you don't know how to translate that to your constituents, then it's not, it's not effective. So that makes up the generalist. We have elective courses for you to pick from, health promotion, culture, diverse community. You need to own 3 of these. Environmental disasters, AIDS EPI, environmental health and safety, which is occupational health. And for example, Dr. Navarro is teaching a course this summer on social determinants of mental health. So hopefully we'll have those, additional topics for you to pick from. Last but not least, every student is required to take, whether it's on campus, off campus, practicum in public health. There is an exemption, and I'm not going to go into that. If we're happy to answer any questions that you have for people who have 3+ year experience in public health, that is a possibility, but other students are required to, it's a requirement for CEF, required to do a practicum in public health. And we have Ms. Perez we have a faculty completely dedicated just for the online students to help you set that up. And last but not least, again, we have a seminar, the culminating course, your capstone course that everyone is required to take after the practicum that Dr. Navarro here teaches also, where you usually demonstrate the integration of the competency. So this is our curriculum. Any question you may have, you can put it in the chat. Happy to answer those also.
Perfect. Thank you, Dr. Peterson and Dr. Gomez. And now let's talk a little bit about careers. This program, I'll read it really quickly off the screen, prepare students to become successful, well-rounded public health practitioners who possess the knowledge and skills necessary to work in multidisciplinary public health settings. As a student, you will be able to work in diverse communities, communicate health information effectively, work interprofessionally, and advocate successfully to improve public health. And I'm sure many of you are already doing this in your current roles. But it's worth noting that we grabbed this information from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, which looks very favorable. And these are just some of the positions that have projected growth for the next 8 years. So keep this in mind, and these are also ideas for you to see where you can branch into if you're not already in these kind of roles. And to the right, you're going to see some of the employers of our graduates. These are prominent employers, and this is just a short list. The list is much bigger than this. We just didn't want to include it on this slide. Okay, so let's talk about tuition. So the tuition for this program is $27,000, and it comes out to about $600 per credit for a total of 45 credit, as Dr. Peterson mentioned. Now, keep in mind that what you're going to have to pay will always depend on the pace that you choose and how fast or how slow or financially what you can afford. And our team can help you figure out what can work best for you. So just keep that in mind as we continue to talk about different options on how to pay for your tuition. Now let's jump to scholarships. So we have a website, fiu.academicworks.com, which lists all of our scholarships. Now, most of us know scholarships are very, very competitive, but nonetheless, we do encourage you to go to that website and look. It's going to be a little time consuming, but it's worth it. I'll go ahead and review some of the FIU online scholarships. We have the corporate and community scholarship, which is for $2,000. And this is for employees of organizations which are making an impact in our communities and industries. We also have the Academic Merit Scholarship, which is also for $2,000. And this is for students with high academic achievements and who exhibit strong academic credentials. And lastly, we have the Get Started Scholarship, which is for $1,000. And this is for students who may be challenged with hardships. Now, FIU Online has awarded over $200,000 in scholarships to over 100 students within the last 3 years. So please apply for these scholarships if you feel that you can be a candidate. And I'll go ahead and pass it on to Dr. Gomez, who will talk a little bit more about Temple College's scholarships.
Thank you, Adriana. So yes, in addition to these other university-wide and these specific FIU online scholarships, we also have specific scholarships that are offered through Temple College, and I will put in the chat our funding page, so where you can see some of that information there. So we do have our core set of scholarships where we provide, for example, the Temple Research Scholarship, where you can volunteer with a faculty member who's doing research. And again, some of those may be in person. Some faculty members may offer the opportunity for you to do research remotely. So definitely, those are possibilities to consider. We have the travel awards. So if you're presenting at a conference, that is something that you can apply for as well to get funding that way. And we would also cover online virtual conference attendance as well. So that is definitely something you can apply for. Again, not guaranteed, but it is definitely something that is available. And then in addition to that, we also really encourage students to consider external funding. So on our page, we list a lot of opportunities. We list opportunities by discipline. We list opportunities by student status. So all sorts of things. And we really encourage you to look through all of that. So as Adriana mentioned, it can be a little bit time consuming, but it is worth it. You never know. You may be eligible for so many different types of awards. And very often, in particular, referring to external opportunities, sometimes students think, I'm not applying to that. It's a national award. What are the odds that I will receive it? And actually, quite a few of our students have received external funding through professional associations at the national level. So we really encourage you to go ahead and do your research, see which awards just match with you, and go ahead and apply early. The earlier you apply, the better it is. So definitely we do encourage you to take the time to explore some of those opportunities and go ahead and apply. If you do have any questions on the side here, you see our contact information for Miss Irina Bad. She is our Manager of Academic and Student Success. I shared that at the very beginning, so she can help you in navigating some of those opportunities. But definitely take the time and do that research. And again, I'll put the link for the funding page into the chat.
I also want to add that we understand that this is a lot of information, but you will get this presentation via email. So there's no need to take screenshots or write everything down. This is definitely a lot to take in. We understand, but you will get this via email. Another thing I wanted to mention is tuition reimbursement. I worked for the healthcare industry before coming to FIU, and I know that that can be an opportunity. We recommend talking to your leader or HR representative because there may be tuition reimbursement or even scholarships available through your employer. And bonus points, from my personal opinion, having that conversation with your leader does put you in a good light because it means that you want to grow professionally. So again, we encourage you to speak to your employer and see what opportunities are there. You will also have the opportunity to apply for financial aid. I know many of us have already done this for our bachelor's degree, and it is still at studentaid.gov, or again, you can download the app. Now, I don't think we need to go through every single bullet point, but just keep in mind that you should apply 2 months prior to the start of your semester of choice. And also you are going to need your taxes for the 2023 year. And now I will pass it on again to Dr. Gomez.
Thank you so much. So I'll tell you a little bit about the application process now. So as most public health programs, we do work with the SOFAS application. So you see the link right there, sophas.org. Our application deadline for fall 2025 is June 1st. So that means your completed application needs to be in SOFAS by June 1st. So make sure to get it started now and start working on submitting your supplemental documents and make sure that everything is submitted by June 1st. What are those documents? You need definitely your official transcripts from any university that you've attended in the past. If you attended an institution abroad, make sure that you have a WES evaluation that is sent directly to SOFAS. So you do have to have a translation and an evaluation done by WES. So only WES. You also need a statement of purpose indicating your career goals, a resume or CV. You need 3 recommendation letters. If you are coming from an institution abroad, you also will need proof of English proficiency, or if English is not your native language, and a certified copy of your diploma. Now, I do want to point out, I always like to point out regarding your statement of purpose, Students often think that admissions committees don't read those. Please make sure to take your time with your statement of purpose, because the admissions committees, at least our admissions committees, definitely do read those. And this should really be an opportunity for you to talk about your experience, what you hope to gain out of the program, why you think this is a good match. So really do take that time to talk about that here. So I've seen in the chat people talking about different areas, pharmacy, health administration, and different areas. Use that statement of purpose to talk about how your career and your studies in those areas match the online MPH and how you want to move on from there. So definitely do take the time with that. Now, in terms of general requirements, of course, you have to have a bachelor's degree or the equivalent from an accredited U.S. college or university. And the GPA is a minimum 3.0 in the last 60 credits of your upper division coursework. So definitely do keep that in mind. Sometimes students are hesitant to apply if you're close to that, but don't be hesitant. If you have any questions, you're always welcome to reach out to us. And keep in mind that it is the last 60 credits of your upper division work. So sometimes students start their programs and maybe you started off in an area that wasn't quite your cup of tea, and then you found your niche later on and you started, your GPA improved dramatically. Keep in mind that those 60 credits are the ones, those last 60 credits are really the ones that are used in that calculation. But if you do have any questions about GPA, don't hesitate, reach out to us and we're happy to speak with you about that. I talked a little bit about the WES evaluation. Please make sure that you do submit that, and know that does take time. So if you did attend an institution abroad, please make sure to start working on your WES evaluation early on so that you can get everything in by the June 1st deadline. And again, English proficiency, if your degree was completed in a country where English is not the official language, these are the required English proficiency scores. So we accept the TOEFL, the IELTS, and Duolingo. If you have any questions at all about the admissions process, you're welcome to put them in the chat and we'll look into that as well.
Thank you, Dr. Gomez, for all of that information. Very important stuff. Again, everyone, this is information that's going to be emailed to you. So no need to write anything down. And we're actually nearing almost the end of the info session. And we want to make sure that we answered all of your questions. I did look at the chat and it has been very busy since the very beginning. I don't think I'm going to scroll all the way up, but please, if there's anybody who has a question that hasn't been answered, go ahead. You can unmute your phone. You can turn on your camera if you like.
Adriana, can I address?
Yes.
Thank you. So thank you all, really, thank you for giving us the opportunity to present our programs to see if it match what your needs are. And we really, I want to echo, first of all, what Dr. Gomez said about really those statement, purpose of statement, because we really want to make sure that we are a match for you. I'm always available. You have my email there. You can email me at any time. I'm pretty good with emails. Usually I respond the same day to emails, any questions you have. There were a couple of questions in the chat that I think people would have those, others would have those questions. It's about transfer of, and Dr. Gomez is here, thank God, transfer of credits. If you already have a graduate degree, usually first of all, the policy of the universities is up to, it's not an automatic transfer, it's up to 9 credits that you can transfer in. 20%, the university is 20% of the degree, or 45 hours. It's up to 3 courses. It's not an automatic transfer. We're an accredited program, just like with any other accredited program. It's a public health program. So what usually happens if people have other programs, when they're in, the first semester, they'll submit. We always will need, it has to be from an accredited institution, first of all. And we always will need the syllabus for the course, or syllabi for the courses that you are requesting for us to consider to transfer in. We're not holding anybody back. If it is a course that is related to public health, if there is a course from an accredited institution, we go through the syllabus, make sure that it meets the requirement, and then we can transfer it in. So it's not automatic. where we love to, if it is a related course, to bring it in. So people had asked about that. So the maximum solace is 9 hours. There's nothing we can do about it. It's not our policy. It's a university-wide policy. Certificates, there's been questions about certificate right now. We have one certificate. We have one certificate that is available that has been approved. It's the epidemiology certificate. And usually, not usually, with addition of one course, students can, and I need to know like your first semester, not when you apply. You can't apply for both. Once you admitted your first semester, we'll send you emails, if anybody is interested in this, adding the certificate. I need to know because I work with you. I develop a plan of study from the first time we meet. That can change. We update it every semester. That's not an issue, but for both of us, so we know that you're on track. Many times people come in and they have an end date in mind. That's like, but then I work backwards. If you tell me that you want to graduate spring 27, then I'm like, okay, so then I work backwards and make sure that, okay, if you want to graduate by this date, this is the trajectory this is how many courses you have to take and which courses each semester. Sometimes people come in and say, hey, my first, and usually first semester, I will tell you, and, if you decide that we are, hopefully we do, we are the place for you and you're admitted, should I always say the first semester when you're getting used to us, be conservative, whatever that means for you. And we'll talk about that. But sometimes people come in, I just want to take 2 courses. Perfectly fine. That is, you will never feel pressure to take more or less than what works for you. So we work with you on that. So with the certificate, the epidemiology, if you're interested, it does add benefit. I always tell people, if you're interested in the field, it does give you that niche that you have a generalist degree that gives you, entry to any public health, but then you would have a focus in epi. And as long as I know the first semester, what we do is we replace those 3 electives with 3 required epidemiology certificate courses. 2 of the required courses in your program already count. So it's with 1 additional course, you can get the MPH generalist plus a certificate in epi. There's been questions about other certificates. That's the only one that has been approved. So there's no, I don't want to advertise, have you come in with under false pretenses. There has been 2 that have been approved by the college that hopefully will start in the fall. There is no guarantee. We have the maternal child health from the health promotion department and a health promotion disease prevention certificate. Again, those have not been approved. The idea is that once they're approved to the whole university, then it would be approved for the online program also. So those usually would be with 1 additional course you can get both. And if you're interested in any of those fields, those would be the way to go. One of the other thing that I wanted to mention, and it's like 12 questions there. One of the things that I wanted to mention that we didn't cover here that we're very proud of since fall 2023, we are requiring you to take. We don't require you to pass. Hopefully, we do prepare you well for the Certified in Public Health, the CPH exam. So you would be taking that not usually, it's required in the final course. But for those, again, you're required to take it. You're not required to pass. We provide you with a scholarship to cover the cost of that. But we're very proud that our students then would, you would have an MPH and you would have a CPH behind your name. Not only does it do your service, it does help support the profession also. Any other, sorry, I wanted to cover those. I saw those going. Yeah, Dr. Gomez.
Dr. Peterson, I saw a couple of questions that I think you're probably best equipped to
Okay.
answer regarding recommendation letters. So if a student has been out of school for some time, can they use public health colleagues? How do they go about asking former faculty, that kind of thing?
Absolutely. So of course we would like to, if you have faculty, somebody who can actually speak to your, academic abilities. If you've been out for a while, like most of us, you don't even know how to reach those. So if you have a supervisor, if you have people in the field, people you've worked with that can really talk about your, for example, intellectual ability, your writing ability, communication skills, absolutely use those. Family members, no. friends, if it is a colleague that knows, that has worked with you and know about your academic abilities, yes, you can do that. We really want to, it's not just getting you in. That doesn't do any good. We really want to make sure that when we make a commitment to you, when we accept you into the program, that we accept you knowing that, with the best information that we have, that really you can be successful. So it really is, have somebody who can really talk about those qualifications. What other question? Any other? Let me see. We have other questions.
I'm also going to put in the chat the contact information for Miss Fiorella Suyon. She's our admissions coordinator, and she also works, she'll be the person helping you through your SOFAS application. So if you have any questions about that, she's the person to contact. So I'm putting her in the chat right now.
Susie, I have somebody, there was somebody, let me see if we answered. I went to Canadian University for my bachelor's. Do they still need a WES evaluation? I don't know if you answered that.
Yes, I'm actually typing that. I was typing the answer to that one as well. Yes, thank you.
But will they need it? So we can just tell them here.
So yes, so
it,
SOFAS will not require it, but more than likely FIU's admissions team will. So yeah, so what I suggested to that person is for them to contact Ms. Suyon just to make sure. But yeah, it's very likely that FIU will require it.
There's a question, let me address it again, about the certificate. How long does it take to get a certificate, and what is that process like? The certificate, and I'm going to speak specifically about the epidemiology, which is the only one that is officially that we have that is approved. You can do it, it's 48 hours, so 16 courses instead of 15 courses, instead of 45 credit hours. As long as I know from the beginning, the first semester, usually first semester is okay, but definitely by the, when we meet for the second semester, I meet with you all every semester to go over, sometimes it's easy, go over, are we sticking with the plan? But many times life happens, right? As long as I know, then I can schedule the courses in your plan. I'll put the courses in your plan when there's offered so you don't miss it. Doesn't mean that if the third semester, you go like, hey, now I want to add the certificate. You can't. What will happen is then you probably will delay your graduation date, because our courses, the certificate courses are offered once a year online. So if I don't catch it when it's offered during the year, then, you can take it, but it will delay your graduation. You can graduate with the MPH. You can and do the certificate, but it's a longer process. The way we have it set up is, as long as we know, we build it into your plan. If you're taking 3 courses each semester, which is 9 hours is full-time for FIU at a graduate level. If you're taking 3 courses each semester, you will decide if you want to do, 5 semester of 3 courses and then 1 semester of 1 course, or sometimes people do 1 semester of 4 courses. That is really when I meet with you all, it's really getting to know what you want to do. And sometimes, like I said, life happens. We plan on something, and then life happens and we adapt it. So I hope that answered the certificate course. The only extra course, well, the extra cost for that is the extra course. Our courses are $600. That's the tuition. It includes all the fee per credit. So it's $1,800 per credit. So it does, if you do a certificate, there is an additional course that you would take. And then when you apply, so we'll guide you, you have to apply officially through FIU. Once you're here, you have to submit $30 to grad school to add the certificate. So that's the course of the certificate we have. Right. Any other questions? Anything else any other question I can answer for you? You have my email. Please don't be shy. If there's something small, anything big that you want to ask, happy to answer over email. If we need to schedule a time, just let me know. We'll schedule a time to answer your question. There's never any pressure on our end. We're not going anywhere. We're just here. And hopefully, it's the program, if the program is a match for you, hopefully you consider us.
Okay, so I think we can wrap it up at this point. And on this last slide, please feel free to follow the Stemple College's social media channels, and you'll see a lot of cool stuff of what they're doing. And you'll also see here the FIU Online social media channels, and you can find out some other cool stuff that other programs are doing as well. So thank you all for your time. And if there's any questions, again, like Dr. Peterson said, that come to you afterwards, you will have all of the contact information on the link that's going to have this info session. So thank you all for your time and have a great day.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.